Imagine waking up one day to find your life savings slashed in half, not by a market crash, but by the government's silent wealth erasing machine. Right now, the U.S. national debt has exploded past $38 trillion, and it's not just a number on a screen, it's a direct threat to your portfolio, your retirement, and your financial freedom. I'm Ron, your boy here on InvestaBro, where we turn economic chaos into straight-up wealth-building opportunity. Today, we're diving deep into how the U.S. is quietly wiping out trillions in debt at your expense. But stick around, I'm showing you exactly how I protect and grow my investments in this mess. If you're serious about safeguarding your money, smash that like button right now, drop a "Protect My Bag" in the comments, and subscribe with notifications on. Let's break it down. You've seen the headlines, U.S. debt spiraling out of control. But as a personal investor who's been in the game for decades, let me paint the real picture. That $38 trillion isn't abstract, it's devouring the budget. For the first time ever, interest payments on this monster are topping $1 trillion a year, more than we spend on defense or Medicaid. It's creating a debt spiral. The government borrows more just to pay the interest on the old debt. It's like maxing out one credit card to pay the minimum on another. Here's the brutal truth most won't tell you. They can't cut spending, they can't default without crashing the system, so they're choosing the sneaky path, inflation. This is fiscal dominance in action. The Fed keeps rates artificially low to help the Treasury, flooding the economy with cheap money that devalues your dollars. Think about it. If inflation runs at 5%, that $38 trillion debt shrinks by $1.9 trillion in real value every single year. Poof, erased without raising taxes or cutting programs. But your savings, your bonds, they're getting crushed. I spotted this trend back in 2010. As Ron, the guy who built a seven-figure portfolio from scratch, I shifted my strategy early. Traditional advice like park your money in cash or buy safe bonds is dead. It's financial suicide in this era. Instead, I hedged with assets that outpace inflation. Let me expose their toolkit and how it hits your wallet directly. First, captive buyers. Through regulations like Basel III, banks, pension funds, and insurance companies are forced to hoard U.S. Treasuries at rock-bottom yields. That keeps rates suppressed so the government can borrow cheap. Your pension isn't buying Treasuries because they're great investments. It's buying them because the law says it has to. Second, the broken CPI. Official inflation numbers are rigged with substitutions, hedonic adjustments, and all kinds of tricks. Real inflation is often double what they report. If CPI says 3%, but your groceries and rent are up 6% or 7%, you're losing big, and they're saving billions. Third, QE and fiscal dominance forever. When foreign buyers slow down, the Fed steps in, prints money, buys the bonds nobody else wants. That pumps stocks, real estate, everything up, but it dilutes your dollars and creates the everything bubble. Smart investors ride it. Savers get wrecked. This is the Cantillon effect in overdrive. New money hits Wall Street and elites first. They buy assets before prices rise. By the time it reaches you, everything costs more. That's why the top 10% keep getting richer while the middle class gets liquidated. Let me make it personal. Back after World War II, U.S. debt to GDP hit 119%. They didn't pay it off with taxes. They didn't default. They capped rates at 2.5%, while inflation averaged over 6%. Negative real yields for a decade. Bondholders got paid back in worthless dollars. I studied that history and applied the exact same logic starting in 2020. When debt exploded, I dumped low-yield bonds and loaded up on inflation beaters. My net worth more than doubled, while most people watched their cash erode. I had a client, let's call her Sarah. She had $200,000 in a savings account earning 2%. With real inflation at 5%, she was losing $6,000 in purchasing power every year. I moved her into solid dividend stocks and real estate. Now she's up 15% plus annually and sleeping like a baby. So here's the InvestaBro playbook to protect your wealth and actually grow in this environment. 1. Diversify into hard assets, gold and silver, timeless hedges. I bought gold at $1,200 an ounce. Now it's over $2,500 and still climbing. 2. Stock up on quality equities. Focus on inflation-resistant sectors like energy, consumer staples, and tech. My portfolio has 40% in dividend aristocrats yielding 4 to 6% that raise payouts every year. 3. Real estate plays. Rental properties or strong REITs. Rents rise with inflation. I flipped my first property in 2015. Now it's pure cash flow. 4. Crypto edge. Bitcoin is digital gold. I got in early and it's been one of my best hedges against currency devaluation. 5. Ditch dead money. Cash and long-term bonds are losing to inflation. If you must hold fixed income, go short-term tips, but prioritize growth assets. This is forced speculation now. Save safely and you lose. Play smart and you win big. But what happens when they get really desperate? What if they pull a 1933 and just seize assets like FDR did with gold? In the next video, I'm dropping the full uncensored story, how the wealthy escaped, the legal loopholes still in play today, and whether your Bitcoin and 401k could be next. You don't want to miss it. The U.S. is softly defaulting on that $38 trillion. Don't let them default on your dreams. Take control with these personal investment strategies today. If this hit home, smash that like button, comment "Protect my bag" below, subscribe to Investabro, and turn on notifications. I'm Ron. Let's keep building unbreakable wealth together. I'll see you in the next one. Stay invested, stay ahead.